How's it going, my flesh and blood players? So this video we're just gonna talk a little bit about how my RTN went. We did play with Kayo Armed and Dangerous, so I figure I'd show some gameplay as we discuss my RTN. Didn't go the best. I ended up being a 2-3 drop. Round 1, I ended up going against Dex on Reinar. For our locals that know him, he's a brute masterclass. Kind of hard to try and compete with him, but KO is somebody that just does numbers. At least mine does have a lot of good arsenal disruption, but it wasn't enough to get there. Also during that round, he did Blood Rush before me, so that was also something that didn't work out too well. Round 2, I went up against a Gravy Bones that felt a lot better. Obviously, that's a good matchup for us. We just swing claw into allies if needed, and we will, swing at their face. My round 3 ended up being against a Kasai, which was interesting. It was a good game. It kind of went down to, I had a hand where I had to roll for scabs, and if I would have gotten the 2 action points, I probably would have ended up winning that matchup. But if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I rolled a 3, which made me get stuck with the 1. Unfortunately, I ended up losing my round 3, so after that, it was pretty clear to me that I wasn't going to make it to the top 8. But I did end up playing one more round, which ended up being against another Kasai. And it was kind of the same deal. With Kasai being very good at blocking, it's kind of hard for KO to punish them unless you're having some really good turns. I remember running all 3 Blood Rush turns on him, and I had to roll scabs like 5 times against him, so my hands weren't functioning very well. It was very weird. It was a weird day, and I didn't think KO put on a bad showing. It was doing what I wanted it to do, just people just knew how to play around it better. Gravy was the most represented at our RTN, and then it was Arachne Marionette. Yeah, so we did end up seeing all the week 2 wins this week as well, which was interesting because Verdance being the most represented this week, which funny enough, we had 0 Verdance, or I think maybe 1 at that RTN, which made very little sense. And then it was Gravy, and then Arachne Marionette, and then it was KO. Which, good form. I still don't think he's going to put up enough numbers to go into Living Legend quite yet. I could be wrong, but it's the impression I'm kind of getting. Like I said, they did that BNR to shake up the meta, and it felt like it really didn't do that too much. Yeah, weirdly enough, like, Syndra dropped, and then we just got Arachne instead, taking its place. I ended up dropping, and funny enough, I played Riftbound. I was at the Banish Zone, and they have their weekly Nexus on Saturdays as well. And I ended up going undefeated, which was kind of funny. Because, you just don't really expect that. And that's what's funny too, our top 8, we ended up having multiple Florians. We had a Syndra there as well, which, again, going back to trying to shake up the meta, Syndra's still floating around. She's just not being dominant. And Gravy's still best in its class, and it was weird that we just didn't have a highly represented Verdance pull, because Verdance is just doing great work. There's not much more I can say. That was my RTN. Hope you all enjoyed the discussion here. I still think Kayo's a good deck to bring in, just unfortunately I didn't get lucky on that side of things. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next time. Take care.